spend the next 50 random people that
MrBeast may be the most influential creator of all time, with his signature style, tone of speech, and branding launching him to the height of YouTube success. And now that he's at the top, everyone wants to be him. Has MrBeast ruined YouTube, or is this what YouTube was bound to become? Dude, enough with the dramatic stuff, just cut to... With most of the current state of YouTube right now being super fast-paced, loud, and dramatic, that's stupid. We need to figure out how we got here, but first, how the most subscribed creator on YouTube got here. And that's MrBeast. You know him, you love him. You love him, right? Well, back in 2012, no one did. He had just created the MrBeast YouTube channel, and everything was about to change. What makes Jimmy Beast such an interesting person is how he didn't go viral from getting a shout out from a large creator, or his first video just going viral. He grinded on YouTube for years, and what a grinder he is. He started from nothing, posting commentary videos, believe it or not, and keeping a love for YouTube he never gave up. And that's really inspiring. No matter what you think about the guy, he made it, and he made it big. So naturally, everyone on YouTube saw how this random guy just skyrocketed to fame, and they wanted a piece. A piece of that beast! Sorry. One thing that MrBeast knew like the back of his hand was the YouTube algorithm. This might have been his claim to fame, because without knowing how to make a video that would tick all the YouTube boxes and appeal to the YouTube algorithm gods, he wouldn't have ever got successful in the first place. But what MrBeast wanted was not just a small part of YouTube or a really dedicated fan base. He wanted it all.
Yeah, it's like, we're gonna be the biggest YouTube channel ever. I was like, I don't care, I'll fucking die trying.
He wants to be the biggest channel on YouTube, and he achieved that goal. Other than some corporate channels like T-Series and YouTube Movies, I guess, he is the biggest creator on YouTube. So we know how we got here, but how does this one guy posting little videos lead to this?
Oh my gosh, that was so... wow, we hit it. Oh, they're gonna throw confetti on me. We hit 100 million subscribers. Let's go. Oh my gosh, there was this many of you waiting this up. Oh, you monsters.
Now, before this goes any further, I want to preface this by saying, I do not hate MrBeast, okay? Jimmy is a great guy. He's given away so much money to people in need. I love his videos. I honestly watch every single one. And this video is less about MrBeast and more on the formula and genre that his videos have created. And people have already made great videos on this. For example, Pinely and Internet Impacts are huge inspirations behind this video. But now, let's finally dig into the MrBeast effect. MrBeast style is something that can be described as... loud! Yeah, it's definitely loud. Robotic! Okay, good one. Burger! Burger? What do you mean burger? MrBeast burger. Okay, moving on. What many people have criticized about Jimmy's style is just how formulaic it is. This is why so many channels have just copied his style and straight up gotten away with it. His style can be broken down into a few things. Number 1, intense. His videos have tension, which makes you keep watching and is something that is very good for the YouTube algorithm, which we'll get into later. He is often yelling and screaming throughout his videos, especially in the intros, which a lot of MrBeast copycats have decided to do as well.
Today I'm transferring my house. We have 50 kids and 50 of their parents die! I hate mannequins!
And wow, it's annoying. It makes sense and definitely grabs my attention, but more in a way where I want to mute the video before I get permanent hearing loss. Number 2. Fast. This is something that we'll get into later in this chapter, but yes, these videos are mind-numbingly fast. They have so many cuts, they're overloaded with impact sound effects and the Vine boom. Really? Still? In 2023? That app died like 6 years ago. Loud music to make the video more intense, and a lot of just text popping up on screen for no reason whatsoever. Okay, dude, stop doing that. These videos often end abruptly with no outro or a thanks for watching, so the viewer feels like they're confused as to whether the video's still going or not. And I like to make my viewers confused. Number 3. Money. MrBeast loves money, and so do his clones that often give away so much money throughout videos that it has kind of numbed me to the fact that he's giving away so much money. But we'll get into that later. Now that we are familiar with the MrBeast style, let's take a look at one of his— oh my god, what? MrBeast has gotten a lot of criticism over his algorithmic titles and AI-looking thumbnails. Things that you will never see in the video are presented to you, like MrBeast climbing up a hill with a bag of money on his back and a long-haired man reaching out to grab MrBeast and probably stroke his back or touch his face. I don't know, but you never see that in the video. Jimmy isn't even getting tagged in this video. He's the taggee. And you never even see most of the things in these videos. But, can we talk about this thumbnail? 1,000 Blind People See for the First Time is a great video where MrBeast and friends fix these blind people by getting them surgery and literally, like, saving a lot of their vision. But then you take another look at the thumbnail and, what is this? I love it. It should be placed in the Louvre directly next to the Mona Lisa because it is a work of art. Jokes aside, this thing's pretty messed up. First of all, okay, I watched this video and nowhere in it is this kid in the thumbnail. Who is this? Is it one of the MrBeast thumbnail children that is kept in the 5th floor below the MrBeast factory? Because who is he? And then MrBeast himself, hand on the kid's shoulder, directly looking into your soul. He looks like a supervillain. I will cure the blind and find more blind people so I can make more money. Someone write that down. That's a great show idea. And he doubled down with the newest MrBeast video at the time of me recording this being 1,000 deaf people here for the first time. With this thumbnail. Why? I'm sorry, Lord have mercy. With all of the MrBeast titles and thumbnails being so weird looking, the faces and skin are so smooth, they often look so unrealistic and completely photoshopped. The eyes are bright, there are no eye bags or pimples, and just look at this guy's thumbnail. Matthew Beam, he is— how can I describe this guy? Oh right, he's literally MrBeast. Look at the faces in these thumbnails. It's literally horrifying. It looks like a rejected cartoon character or a MrBeast offspring. Like, look how smooth his face is. I wish I was MrBeast's son because I would have the best genetics. Hey MrBeast, please give us your skincare routine. But it would be hypocritical for me to criticize this thumbnail style if I, the notorious Blume, haven't done it myself. Yeah, I know, right? Wow. Big surprise. Can't believe you didn't know I was such an asshole. Some more than others, but I was really trying to make better thumbnails, and I looked at the most popular creator on YouTube, MrBeast thumbnails, and decided to go his route. Can I have some of those 100 million views? Just a little piece. But what's worse than really smooth skin and blind people crying is this. I hope MrBeast has cured your blindness so you can see this, but if not, you are better off without. This is Feastables. He is intense, fast, and charitable, which does remind me of someone, but I really can't put my finger on it. He posted this video called I Spent 100 Hours in the World's Poorest Country. And what the— something I haven't talked about as much are the titles, which are set up like a challenge. I spent 10 days doing this, I spent 24 hours doing that, but spending 100 hours in the world's poorest country is not a fun YouTube challenge. It's something that the people in the world's poorest country, the one that you visited, have to do every single day of their life. It's how they live, and this title, and especially this thumbnail, which he had to change, because look at it, just shows how out of his mind he is. He's clearly a fan of MrBeast, and some reason MrBeast has met this guy, like, multiple times. So, I don't know why he wasn't just like, hey, Feastables! Welcome, welcome. Wow, this is awesome! I love you, Mr. Stop copying me! And I'll give you $10,000. Now that you've decided to click on one of these videos, you will be picked up, span around, and thrown at the wall by this editor. The way these videos are edited is insane, and I did briefly mention it before because it is a big part of the MrBeast formula, so you're gonna want to grab out your notebook to write all this stuff down if you want to edit like a cracked out robot. Let me show you the intro of this video.
The last person to stop kissing will win $10,000! Yeah! I didn't say start! Oh my god! Wait, no! You're not on my team!
I can't do it. I really can't do it.
My brain is pulsing so hard it might just slide out of my ears. Oh my god, what the hell just happened? Am I on drugs? Yes? You're saying yes? This is seriously giving me a headache because just looking at it, even without sound, hurts my brain. The thing that MrBeast does, and his clones do too, and then love to take it to an extreme, is the fast-paced editing. I can understand if you want the intro of your video to be more fast-paced and entertaining to hook in the viewer right away. Even I do that. But this is insane. This style of content is loud, fast, and drives constant stimuli that keeps you from clicking off the video and watching all the way to the end. In theory, the more cuts, sound effects, text, and music should keep you watching, right? TikTok has shown how short people's attention spans are. Like, I'm worried no one is even still watching this video. How about I give you some explosions and zoom-ins and close-ups and turn that music up and add some sound effects and I'm going viral, baby! Aww. Editing like that drives away the viewers that are over the age of 12 because there is so much going on. Children and younger people, they tend to gravitate towards these people because there's more things going on and more things happening to keep your attention, but less of it makes sense. Children and younger people tend to gravitate towards these videos and then they end up getting more views. MrBeast popularized and even created this style with him being very upfront with this thing called retention.
You have multiple cam setups here, like if I'm talking to this camera and you're not cutting it for too long, that's boring, you'll lose retention. But if I talk and you cut to that angle while I'm talking and cut back, and you know, it helps it.
Basically, there is a stat in YouTube that shows you how often people are watching for and how much people are skipping around and when they click off the video. It's a very handy tool and very useful, but MrBeast has made it seem like this metric tells you if your video is good or not. If people click off right at the start of the video, YouTube is not going to recommend that video out to a bunch of people because people have just clicked on and clicked straight off. But in comparison, if someone watches a Greg Rivera video and they watch all the way to the end because there's so much fast cuts and so much going on, YouTube is going to reward that. But does that mean you have made a better video? If I uploaded Shrek to YouTube, the retention is gonna look something like this because the video is super long and most people aren't gonna sit through intro and outro credits, and especially on a YouTube video. So does that mean Shrek is a bad movie? Well, no, it is a fantastic movie. But if it was originally uploaded to YouTube, it could have never seen the light of day. So people take everything MrBeast says as fact and they make their videos highly entertaining, fast cuts, and so much going on that the people behind YouTube, the big robots at the YouTube algorithm, push out the videos to more people, and now everyone is making the same content. So people take everything MrBeast says for fact and use fast editing and headache-inducing speech patterns to make their videos more pleasing for the algorithm. The big robot behind YouTube that knows what you want to watch right now. But if YouTube's just pushing up videos with a high number of retention and watch time and a lot of likes, which maybe give this video a like if you like what you're seeing right now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a good video. The YouTube algorithm is a scary thing, and the current meta right now are these highly edited, fast-paced videos that are just complete waffle. And I and many other people find them to be stale. If you toast a waffle once, it's gonna be dry, but if you keep toasting it until you reach that sweet spot, that golden brown, it's gonna be delicious. But what these MrBeast clones are doing are taking that waffle, shoving it down in the toaster for so long that the end product is burnt. Wow, that was the smartest thing I've ever said. So we've looked through the eyes of the beast, the cream of the crop, but what lies below? What is this beast really made of? Hi, Editing Ben here. If you're wondering why I sounded a little robotic and why I actually in this next part am going to sound like a literal robot, I had to enhance the audio. The audio didn't record for the first part of the video, but I fixed that up pretty good, so you probably didn't notice because I am such a good editor. But this next part you will definitely notice, but it's only for about 1:40 seconds, so just hold on, you'll be good. But if you want to skip to that bit after that, then here's the time code, because it is a little annoying. I'm sorry, I'm making a video about how I want YouTube to not become robotic, and I sound like a literal robot. How ironic is that? Anyway, hopefully you stick around for watch the next bit, because if MrBeast was watching this, he would kill me. Alright, bye. There is something melancholic about these videos, with all of them feeling the same. The formula is the same, there is no big change to any of this content, but it all seems to be working. The views are high, subscribers are even higher, but Where's the soul? The spectacle. This is a huge part of why people even watch in the first place. You see something intriguing or something just completely ridiculous in the thumbnail that you have to click to find out what it is. But when you would expect some clickbait, you actually get what is shown to you and you see it in the video most of the time. Sure, these thumbnails are over-exaggerated, but that's just YouTube nowadays, right? The YouTuber makes a good title and thumbnail, and then they make the video, then they edit it, and then so on. But you're never gonna view the video if you never click it in the first place. And if the viewer never clicks on the video, then how are they supposed to watch? The big item in the thumbnail is why people aren't even clicking on these videos, because they want to see if it's real or fake. Then they are hooked in by someone screaming directly into their mouth. Then the rest of the video is so jam-packed with effects that you feel like you have to watch. But these videos cost a lot of money. So much money. MrBeast loves to build huge things and straight up give them to celebrities. They're famous! Why does KSI need a giant crime ball? This is MrBeast's thing, other than copying MrBeast, of course, but he loves to build famous people with just incredibly expensive stuff and just give it to them. And these videos require a lot of money. And in most cases, he's not even going to make that back from the ad revenue of the video itself. It's even gotten so extreme that people are copying MrBeast, the MrBeast copy, and are building him stuff.
Today, I'm gonna be surprising MrBeast, the fastest growing YouTuber in the world, with a custom Coke fountain.
That's a child. And no shade to this kid whatsoever. He's young and he's just trying to make it on YouTube, which is something I can definitely relate to. But what are you doing? You made a real Coke fountain for the fastest growing channel on YouTube, MrBeast, which I don't think is correct, but fair enough. This kid is just amazing at woodwork. He literally builds this incredible, like, Coke fountain and then gives it to MrBeast.
Wow. This is insane. Wow. How did you get it here?
Does he like it? I can't really hear over the fountain of Coke. And this video got 24,000 views. This guy only has 1,000 subscribers, and for how much money he spent on this video, for the wood, the Coke, and all the other necessities, he is 100% losing money. You can't be MrBeast if you are poor. That's your quote for the day. For already established channels and already rich people like Matthew, you have a chance to make it in the MrBeast genre because of how much money you already have, and you know, you've already got subscribers and views, so you can post out a video without worrying about losing a bunch of money. But for the regular Joe, you can't do that. Being the next MrBeast isn't possible. And that doesn't feel like YouTube. YouTube became popular because of human connection. Watching people film from their crappy cameras in their bedrooms is what made YouTube such a breath of fresh air compared to live TV and game shows that give away large amounts of money every episode. Now, something that MrBeast popularized is the usage of money. He is genuinely charitable and a great guy, just giving people money because he feels like it. But recently people,
Especially on Twitter,
began to have a new take on his videos, and that take is MrBeast is only doing it for the views and money. He's giving people money, and in return, he makes a YouTube video that gets all that money and more back. And he's literally said this is what he does. This is how he keeps spending and donating more money. He has humility and genuinely doesn't spend much money on himself at all, which is why he became popular in the first place, and also why he feels so genuine. That's why his donation of $10,000 to a homeless man felt like such a big deal. But this is the new regular for Jim. Just watch the first time he gave someone $10,000 versus now.
If you want to take it, it's about $10,000. I'm not joking.
You're right, man.
It's real. So, yeah.
That's not, man.
So, no, I have about 1 million subscribers. So I just wanted to do some good. I swear, man.
I got enough shit bad in my life. Please don't mind.
I'm serious, man. I promise. Well, that's kind of weird, but pinky promise. Yeah, like I said, I'm a YouTuber, and I'm just going around doing some good, so. Not only did we want to help you here, we also wanted to give you $10,000 on top of it.
I'm rich.
What are you going to spend the money on?
In both videos, he's giving away the same amount of money to one person, but the first one feels so much more genuine. There's no crazy editing and sound effects to make the footage more entertaining and better for YouTube algorithm. He's doing incredible things in both, but in the latter video, he just shows the person getting the $10,000 for a few seconds before cutting to the next. So being charitable and donating money is something that MrBeast has done, and it has become his thing because he loves to do it. He is very genuine about the way he wants to live and the money he wants to give. Bars. But the MrBeast clones have felt like that they need to do this too. And do it, they do. They do it a lot. But the thing with their videos is you know that they're copying the MrBeast style and formula, so the money they're giving away feels fake.
Did you need an iPad?
She's like, now I do.
Even if you're giving someone $10,000 or a PS5 or a Coke fountain, I don't know. You know in your heart you are doing it for the views. These people would never give someone this amount of money if the cameras weren't rolling, and that's why it doesn't feel real. They just do it because it's what MrBeast does. It's gotten so crazy that a lot of people, including myself, have gotten numb to these large donations of money. YouTubers are giving people so much money just for a little bit of an emotional connection within the video and then cutting away to keep the viewers watching. That's not real. Watching this new YouTuber give a homeless guy $10,000 is something very special, but watching a rich guy just give money to a poor guy feels like nothing new. Now even the videos themselves take millions of dollars to make. The big spectacle like Matthew Beam building a giant chocolate bar for MrBeast takes a hell of a lot of money to make. Now more and more these sets are being built for big YouTubers to use for one video and then destroy the next day. Preston is a good example of this, with his impossible try not to move challenge having a huge set and all these different rooms that are just used for one small video. There is no way that he profited from this video unless YouTube picks it up and sends it to Mars. These videos are losing money. This is something that Finally spoke about in his MrBeast-ification video, and he makes a really good point.
The video that was played was them playing a game of Hole in the Wall. You know, like the TV show. They had a massive production, a bunch of cameras as well. You know, like a TV show. And at that point, I can't help but wonder, why are we just not watching TV?
YouTube just feels like TV. Big sets and huge budgets are used for every single video, making it a lot harder for new channels to come out of the woodwork, unless they're building with wood. Okay, bad joke. Channels like Iraq, which I do actually like, are proving that YouTube can be the next TV. They make game shows and challenges that are doing it way better than TV has done in years, but they're doing it on YouTube. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing. There should be a section on YouTube that is more like TV inspired and game show inspired, but I do not want YouTube to just become all of this. There would be no originality left. There would be no soul. And speaking of, what happened to the soul? The beating heart of YouTube is the fact that, well, anyone can do it. Their original slogan was broadcast yourself. Make videos sitting in front of your camera just talking and doing whatever you feel like you want to do. But that doesn't work now. Make videos where you're messing around, sitting in front of a camera and talking about whatever's on your mind. That's why YouTube became popular. It had soul. TV didn't have soul. That soul has been ripped away by the YouTube algorithm, which MrBeast and 99% of creators feel like they are forced to appease. Colin and Samir, a YouTube duo that I'm a huge fan of that have been making videos for over 10 years now. After all that work and trying so many different types of content, they finally hit 1 million subscribers. They also are the people that interviewed MrBeast and have interviewed a ton of other people and a ton of creators, but the one with the comedian Hassan Minaj spoke deeply into what we call the algorithm.
An artist has something in their head or their heart that they gotta say, and they wanna get it out, whether or not they have an iPhone or not. That's an artist. I have to get this out into the world. Versus the algorithm, which means you wake up in the morning and you see a series of YouTube shorts of people with a mic like this and yellow text right here, and they're yelling.
Yeah, you've seen our videos.
And it's going, and it's like this, it's like this, it's like, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just like a Jordan Peterson video of him just like, man, you know, you're just like, man, you know, I need to do that right now. Get the emotional music and be like, what? There is a crisis of men right now. You know what I mean? And they're coming for us. Who's they? Doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? Just like cut it right now and make it 30 seconds and give me big yellow font that's insulting to the audience's intelligence, and make sure they get it they freebase it into their head at 9:15 in the morning, like that.
But you know what that is? Like, that's a business.
But that's,
like, people recreate that.
But that's the algorithm. You're servicing an algorithm.
You're looking for what works.
You're servicing an algorithm. And the problem with that is you may start servicing that rather than your own truth and honesty and artistry.
Pointing out what is real art versus what is just for the algorithm is so important into making the videos that you want to make. Because if you're just making YouTube videos because all you want to do is become successful and make money, then you are on the side of what Colin and Samir describe as...
There's a spectrum of artist to distributor.
Okay.
The artist is exactly what you described. I have something I want to say, I gotta get it out. No matter, this has existed forever.
Yeah.
A distributor is the guy who's deciding we need to make another Spider-Man because that gets butts and seats.
Yeah.
And we think that, you have to do this job of being an online creator, you have to be somewhere in the middle. You have to have something that you authentically want to say, but you also have to think about it in terms of performance and how it's going to work.
To make it online now, you have to have a middle ground. You have to be on the side of the distributor. It is so much harder to be on the artist side of the spectrum now, where you post a video or anything online that has nothing to do with retention, have a bright, smooth, skin-faced thumbnail, or fast-paced editing that will do well on YouTube. Dude, I go over on the distributor side because I know half the time that that's what's gonna work better for the YouTube platform. The same goes with any platform like TikTok. You're gonna need bright yellow text, Subway Surfers gameplay, and fast cuts to keep the viewers engaged, even though the videos are so damn short. Did MrBeast do all of this? No. But he did popularize the style that we see so commonly on YouTube every day. There are 3 creators that I think have stayed true to their art while also being successful in the MrBeast era. And the first one is, number 1, Casey Neistat. Neistat has been a huge YouTuber for a while now, with the series that really launched him to YouTube fame and made him the successful creator he is today, being his daily vlogs. He vlogged every day for around 600 days and he was doing amazing. But after he took a break and has now came back to YouTube, his creative style and very slow pacing of the videos is just so fun to watch. It's such a nice change of pace, and his videos are on the artist side of the spectrum while being still very successful on YouTube. This is just the first example, but it proves that if you put enough energy and compassion into your videos, then you will never have to become a robot for yeah, now you get it. Second, Ryan Trahan. Ryan is one of the best creators we've seen in a long time, and what's so great about him is he's doing great right now. He is at the peak of his popularity, making some really funny and honestly really good videos. He's taken a spin on one of his most popular videos, turned it into a 30-day series, and it is amazing. He took inspiration from the Casey Neistat YouTube daily vlogging era and vlogged himself for 30 days straight while using 1 penny and slowly making enough money to travel across America and give the penny to MrBeast. Why MrBeast needs the penny is beyond me, but it's good for the title and thumbnail, so it makes sense. The series was incredible, and all Ryan needed was his 2 friends, an iPhone, and a penny. Oh, and a lot of McDonald's. This guy loves McDonald's. The thumbnails are all intriguing, without Ryan doing some over-exaggerated facial expression and turning the smoothness up to $10,000. $10,000, that is. This series was an incredible success, and the amount of views that it got shows how important authenticity still is. He lives in moments where he's just talking to strangers and letting people speak. Moments where he has to pick up a camera after leaving a shot, and if this is the way that YouTube is going, I want to be a part of it. Third and finally, Emma Chamberlain. See, I'm inclusive on this channel. Emma became really popular on YouTube from a relatively young age. She did vlogs like Casey, and her videos were over-edited, used lots of music and sound effects, and wait, I'm describing my own videos. Her personality is what made her so successful, but she quit. She was just exhausted with what was happening to YouTube, and after hiring an editor to do all her videos, she eventually came back with a new slow-paced and authentic style, which gave her videos more of a personal feeling. I remember when she started doing this, and I wasn't sure if I liked it because I was so used to the high-paced, like fast editing and that kind of style, but I quickly began to love these videos. Emma doesn't post much, but when she does, I'm always excited to relax and enjoy what she has going on in her life. And MrBeast has some really weird opinions on Emma, which I will dig into later because it explains a lot about how the current state of YouTube is. But why does the current state of YouTube feel so stale? Way staler than that waffle I was talking about a while ago. If you were to take a guess as to why, oh why, the MrBeast popular is so stale, then what would you say? Oh, the fast-paced editing? Okay. The titles and thumbnails? You're getting there. Burger! What? Did you seriously just yell out burger? I'm hungry. Shut up! The MrBeast genre is so stale because MrBeast didn't expect success. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Shut up! Okay, let me explain. Jimmy didn't think that everyone on YouTube would take an element of his style or just completely copy him. No one thought that MrBeast would be the most subscribed creator when he first got popular for filling his friend's backyard with oilies. His commitment to YouTube just kept getting bigger, and his drive to keep posting to become the most subscribed creator on YouTube made him figure things out about the YouTube algorithm. So much so that after he became popular, the YouTube platform wanted more videos like his, and that's where we are today. His style and his branding is why he stood out in the first place. Nobody had seen anything like it, and now that MrBeast has taken all the blame for the slow demise of YouTube, these copies have gotten away scot-free. Seriously, where's Scott? I can't find him. Now that we've taken a look through the beast's empty body and the now bones of this skeleton, what will it take to kill it? I don't mean kill MrBeast, that's just a metaphor. Now that we're in the third and final phase of this video, I really want to go as far as I can into why the MrBeast genre of YouTube feels so stale. YouTube, like I said, was such a fresh breath of air from what was going on normal TV. It showed that someone sitting down and talking could be more entertaining than a large TV show with a big set and famous host. On YouTube, to make a name for yourself, all you had to do was something that you were passionate about. Funny sketches, skits, making music, threads, all these things could be done by anyone, and that's why YouTube was and still is amazing. Sure, nowadays you're gonna have to put in more effort into YouTube if you really want to make it big, but for example, including my old inactive channel, I've been posting on YouTube for 6 years. Why do I keep making videos after people keep telling me I'm wasting my time and I'm never gonna become successful? I enjoy it. Making something that comes from the ground up is something that has kept me motivated and driven to keep on posting on YouTube. Making something that I'm really proud of and posting it to YouTube and the whole world basically is just something that I love to do, and no matter how many views, likes, or how good the retention is. If I like it, I'm happy. That's what's kept me going so long. It's the one thing that I just want to do. Make sure that I'm proud of and something that just one person out there can watch and enjoy, and hopefully that person is you. And if it's not, get your ass out of it. What's so sad about the MrBeast Effect on YouTube is people went from just messing around and just having a good time by posting YouTube videos into making it very serious and something that they feel like they have to do to become famous on YouTube. You could genuinely have fun and just post whatever you want and just upload it to YouTube, and you could genuinely become successful from that. But most of YouTube now is repeating what the biggest creator on YouTube tells them to do, and it's boring. I don't want to see another MrBeast or Matthew Beam. I want to see another Ryan Heger, Stampy, or Shane Dawson. Okay, maybe not Shane Dawson, but you get what I mean. YouTube is ran by robots, and these robots decide based on numbers and text what is a good video or not. Not actually by watching the video to see what makes it good. And this is not MrBeast's fault. YouTube got so popular and AI got so smart that these things were bound to come together, but did it have to come so soon? And that's one of the biggest problems with the current state of YouTube. YouTube is corporate. YouTube now feels like we're back at square one, watching people make game shows and make people expensive sets for a single video and doing it again next week. Finally mentions this in his video, but seriously, how do you define MrBeast's personality? He's loud, he has a lot of money, and MrBeast has found a way to literally remove his personality from his videos, and he does this because... Remember when I talked about Emma Chamberlain and I mentioned that Jimmy had a really odd opinion on her?
In terms of YouTube, like, I'm really curious your perspective on the vlogging format, like creators like Emma Chamberlain.
Okay.
Like, how do you think that plays into the concept of, like, her viewership is really significant. And sometimes she's just like at her house making coffee and making a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Sure.
Like, how do you think she captures that much attention?
Well, I mean, it is entertaining. She's a naturally funny person, and like, that is a skill. But at the same time, you're limited by your personality. Like, she's doing well. She's, top 1% of creators, but I mean, how many views a month? Like 40 or something? Like, it's great. It's phenomenal. Yeah. But it's like, she's tied down to her personality. If you don't like Emma, then you're not gonna watch her videos, you know what I mean? And so there's only so big that can take you. And even if you do get super big, it's like literally just all on your shoulders. It's a lot of weight and a lot of pressure.
Y'all, did I just say y'all? That is psychopathic. I get what he's saying, but it feels like an actual robot trying to tell me that humans are stupid. That is seriously so saddening. Saying that someone is limiting their personality is a true fact, but it makes my skin peel over. My very smooth skin. Mr. Beast, you stole my skin. You stole it! And that's the biggest problem with the Mr. Beast style of content. There's no personality. The fact that someone with the influence that Jimmy has would make showing your personality not seem like a good thing, but more of a negative, is genuinely disgusting. Jimmy is clearly sick of these clones and doesn't want them to be copying everything he does, but he goes onto these podcasts and explains exactly how you can do what he's doing. He reveals his YouTube secrets, and I'm fine with that. I think that is a great thing to help new YouTubers become more popular. But an opinion like this is more damaging than helpful. In front of 17 million people, one of the most influential people of our time is saying that your personality is holding you back. You can only do so good with having a personality displayed on YouTube. That is harmful. It also makes people who do copy Mr. Beast easier for them to just cut out genuine human moments and funny jokes that are in videos to make it more appealing to a broader audience. Translating his videos into other languages and having different voice actors for every language under the sun, it's obvious that he wants to become the biggest creator on YouTube. He's literally said that multiple times.
I think in 10 years, YouTube's gonna be ginormous, and I just want to be the biggest YouTuber in the world in 10 years. I just want to be the biggest YouTuber I could be. It's not like, I mean, I don't know, I'm a dumb 15-year-old. Like, all my friends play, what is it? Balloon tower defense in class and talk about that. I don't know. I just was like, I want better equipment to make better videos, and I just want to make better videos.
But since he and all of his copies are removing their personality entirely from their videos, they're also doing something else.
This strange paradox happens when you do appeal to everyone. You also appeal to no one.
Making videos that appeal to everyone make your videos appeal to no one. Since there's no personality in Jimmy's videos, there's nothing to grab onto. No human, no emotion, nothing. He's made his audience so broad and so widespread that he wants everyone to enjoy his videos, but that makes it so there's only so much to enjoy. You can't connect to Jimmy's personality because from the videos, he doesn't have one. Even his friends only talk for a little bit, or their jokes that they make get cut in and like over-edited, so the only thing left is not interesting and not even funny. Content that is too fast-paced and lacks a real connection with the audience only gets such a large amount of views and audience because everyone can easily watch it. You don't have to like a style of humor or someone's personality to enjoy these videos because the audience is so broad and everyone can easily enjoy it. There's nothing to latch onto, no genuine human emotions, but even when they do give away money, it's often just over-edited and thrown in with sad emotional music. Me and so many others can't stand these videos that are perfect for the YouTube algorithm being shown up again and again in our homepages and YouTube recommendations, and I think it's finally time to stop. The final piece to this beast of a video is the lack of humanity. The MrBeast style of content is not human-made. It feels robotic, AI-generated, and so smooth. What is there for me to connect with when the whole video is made for a robot? There's no humanity in these videos. In the parts where there actually is, it's so overdone that it's just appealing to the YouTube algorithm. I want to see more humanity on YouTube, like what it used to be, and what buried beneath it still is. This is where my bias comes in, because the YouTube commentary genre feels like it's the last authentic part of YouTube left. You've watched me sit in front of a camera and talk about a topic for a long period of time. What an idiot you are. The face cam commentary genre feels so interesting because it is just a person talking directly to you. After all the types of videos I've made, and trust me, I've made a lot, this is the one that I feel like I could do for the rest of my life. Probably. Curtis Connor, Danny Gonzalez, Chad, Jarvis Johnson, D'Angelo Wallace, Drew Gooden, and so many more. I could literally watch them talk about anything for hours. These creators prove that there is still hope left for YouTube, and with the amount of views they get and support from die-hard fans, it proves that YouTube's original slogan can still work today. Recently, I saw Curtis Connor live, and literally, it was the hardest I've ever laughed in my entire life. After spending so many hours, and I can tell you I've spent so many hours watching him and his friends' videos. I felt like I was just seeing my friends on stage having a good time. YouTube proves that you can develop a connection with someone that you've never even met just by clicking on a video. You are watching someone randomly do something that appeals to you. But that's exactly why the MrBeast genre hurts so much. It's keeping you so involved in the spectacle of the video, the fast cuts and the pointless effects that when you take a step back, what have you just watched? Someone who's made a video to appease the algorithm by showing as little emotion and genuine human connection as possible. It's got your attention with an over-the-top title and thumbnail. It's kept it through the video because of the fast-paced cuts and editing, and left you feeling empty because the video unsatisfyingly ends. No matter how much people criticize the MrBeast genre, these videos aren't going to end. View counts show that this genre, this style of content is the most popular thing in YouTube history, and the only way that's gonna stop is if YouTube changes. MrBeast, Jimmy Donaldson, has made his videos the way they are so that YouTube gives him the big old thumbs up, seal of approval, and he gets more views. If YouTube wasn't the way it is right now, these videos would have never became popular, these clones would never have existed, and YouTube wouldn't be what it is today. So I'll leave you with a video next to my smooth skin and lack of a personality as I read to you MrBeast's most famous quote. Burger. Wow, thank you so much for watching. You are so incredible, and I literally cannot believe you made it this far. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll see you later. Bye!